coffee guy?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not like, oh man, how are we going to find positive things in
Yeah.
Spokane? Positive things in Spokane are literally everywhere.
Yeah, they are.
And it's
all over the
unreal.
place.
Thanks, Kevin, for joining us. For people that don't know, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my wife and I met at Whitworth University about 23 years ago. We opened up Dutch Bros Coffee about 14 years ago. We have 2 kids, Amelia, Eve, and Ross, and we have two little foster kiddos that live with us as well.
Oh, wow. How has the coronavirus, how has this impacted business in your life?
Yeah, it's been really interesting. We have about 230 employees, and they're all impacted at different times and at different depths because some live with family members with compromised immune systems. Some of them have compromised immune systems. And I think for Carrie and I, it's been a really meaningful time in that it's allowed us to go even deeper in our employees' lives. It's also been a hard time as well to see so much pain and suffering. So there's a lot of, I think through all of this, there's going to be a lot of good that comes out of it. We're just in the dark valley right now, but someday we're all going to, as we journey up that mountain and to a brighter sun, it's going to be amazing to see all the good things that happen during this time.
So what are some things that Dutch Bros has done to alleviate that or to help or give back in this time?
Yeah, we've done what's called a frictionless transaction to protect our employees and the customers. So there's like the employees don't really touch anything but literally put the drink on the shelf. All transactions are now credit cards. So we've done things like that. We've allowed employees to stay home that were worried, and we granted a lot of sick leave to allow them to do that. And then the franchise worked with us, which was phenomenal, who started all of Dutch Bros, Travis Boersma, and he relieved some fees, franchise fees, and that allowed us to give our employees a $3 raise for the month. And so we're trying to say those that are helping, and primarily helping with the essential employees, and a lot of those are first responders in our community. They know who they're serving, and it was a way we could honor our crew as well. Most people are driven by certainty, and right now there's a lot of uncertainty. So it's interesting how that lingo has really permeated all aspects of the market.
What else have you seen in the community? Because there's been so many stories of just people stepping up, and again, the point of this show is to shine light on those stories that don't get noticed or get pushed on. But what's some of the things that you've seen in the community?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm always been very proud to be part of the business community because if you look at our country over the last 200 years, it's business that's brought about so much change and so much giving, right? It's business who gives to colleges to keep their doors open. It's businesses who fund nonprofits. It's businesses who fund R&D research that comes out with drugs that save lives. And so I've always been really proud to be part of this community. Don at Dryfly, and you think about the expense that he did by giving away sanitizer. So he took his business, and he's got part of the business still operating, but then he converted some of it to really donate sanitizer to the community. Meanwhile, paying his employees to be there, paying all the work time, and the expense that he gave was pretty significant. And there's a lot of guys like Don. I know and there's so many businesses that are bringing advertisement to other organizations and what's going on in the community, lots of Facebook pages and like that. But it's been pretty cool to see what people are doing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
What's advice you would have for a business owner right now going through this, something that they can do where they might not feel like they can afford to be philanthropic or to give back? How would you address that?
I'd say it all starts with the interior. Make sure they're being taken care of and getting themselves in a good place. I think also it's taking care of the crew, and then from there it's taking care of the customers. There's lots of tools that are coming available right now that were not available 2 weeks ago. SMB or the SBA is doing some good loans for business owners. You're able to do some amortization around payroll, things like that. And so there's a lot of tools, and I think a lot of it's relationship with suppliers, landlords, things like that, to see if things can be put on hold until we get through all this. I think for businesses, for the business operation, it's a hard time because a lot of businesses are trying to keep their doors open, and it's very scary right now for a lot of them. And most of the business owners that I've met in this community or know are some of the most amazing people I've ever met. And so when you hear those support local business, that's really important right now.
Agreed. Yeah, we're hearing amazing stories of giving, support, but also innovation. And have you found that this is a time for Dutch Bros to innovate and do new things?
I would imagine a lot of the practices we're doing right now are probably going to stay. No guarantee on any of that, but when we're talking about this frictionless transaction, it seems to work and protect everyone. And so there's no human touch that's going on right now. And that definitely, as we serve the essential employees and first responders, that's a way we can keep them safe, keep our employees safe. I would imagine we're going to see a lot of practices. I think for businesses, one of the challenges is the rapid pace of the private sector. It moves fast. It moves faster than any other industry out there. And so with that, a lot of times what happens is companies piecemeal things together instead of working on the overall construct of the organization or the company. And I think you're going to find that there's a lot more creativity, and business may look different, and society may look different as well.
Tell us about the nonprofits that you're in and how you've been able to pivot and maybe make some innovations and changes with them.
Yeah, the two nonprofits I'm most involved with right now are Generation Alive and Embrace Washington. And Generation Alive works with empowering youth. They all office in the same building, which is the Dutch Bros building, and so that's really fun. But they have about 4 food packing camps coming up this summer. And so while a lot of parents are wondering, hey, what do we do with our kids and what are they going to be doing this summer, Generation Alive has opportunities for those. For Embrace Washington, which is a nonprofit that I started about 7 years ago, we became incorporated about 5 years ago, we're doing a lot of cards for foster families so that they can buy what they need for their kids. And typically that's a big part of Embrace, is supporting foster parents and recruiting them. And so right now, Embrace has moved to what's the quickest, most seamless way to support foster parents right now. And for foster parents, it's an interesting time because with this quarantine, they're not getting a break. And a lot of those foster parents need a break. And so just by offering things of cards, food cards, things like that, helps them out a little bit.
Awesome. Kevin, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for everything you do in the community, and looking forward to seeing what's next.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
Check out Community Positive, a TV show dedicated to promoting positivity. Each week we highlight business owners and community leaders doing incredible things in the Spokane community.
Saturday and Sunday at 6 on Fox 28.